back there again. God has something better for us, and we have to realize that if God wants the best for us, we have to want the best for us also. So never go back there again. Don't just linger on stuff. Don't just let hatred rule your heart. Don't just let problems stay with you because of I've been there. Okay, you've been there, it's time to let it go. You've been there, leave it alone. You've been there, throw it in the wastebasket and move forward. Don't just go back and say, I'm going to stay right here.
Keep revisiting it and never being able to move beyond it.
When you stay in the same place, you can never go anywhere. You find yourself wondering, why am I still here? and so if you stop revisiting that same place, let it go once and for all and move forward. And when you move forward, you'll find out that you got more help with you because God will be with you. People will be with you. You'll find strength where you never thought you had strength. But if you keep turning around and say, well, let me try it again, then guess what? You're just going back down the same road. And it doesn't make any difference what the issue is. If you have been drinking, you don't have to drink forever. If you have been financial stricken, you don't have to stay in that condition forever. You can get ahead. God wants you to get ahead. God wants you blessed. And so what we have to do is make up in our minds, make up in our hearts, make up in our spirits that I'm never going back there again. I'm not going to do the same thing. It's time for us to move forward. And then we can even make it personal. It's time for me to move forward. And that's what we have to do. The other thing that I think about in this book, Persecute for Righteousness' Sake, there's an outstanding passage, story, sermon that says, wake up and smell the coffee. In other words, we need to wake up. It's time to wake up and smell the coffee in our lives. Wake up and realize this is not working for me. That's not working for me. I've tried that. I've been there, done that. It's time for me to do something different. And so I've been there. I smell that coffee, and now I'm going to something different. And so basically everything in the book is dealing with us moving forward, us moving to a healthy, happy, and prosperous life. That's the life that God wants for us. God doesn't want us just stand in the valley of pity, just fighting ourselves all the time, talking about woe is me. It's time for us to say, I've been there, I've done that. I've woke up, I've smelled the coffee, and now I'm moving forward. So that's the thing that God wants us to do, and that's the thing that we have to do, is move forward in this life. And I guarantee you, if we do that, we'll find out that God will always be with us. Another amazing story in the book is By Any Means Necessary. We got to realize that God is always with us. God does not leave us alone. God does not desert us. God does not leave us to deal with hardships by ourselves. God is always there ready to embrace us, to encourage us, and to give us a pat on the back when nobody else is patting us on the back. We just have to say, Lord, here am I. I'm willing to do your will. I'm willing to do your work. I'm willing to walk with you. I'm willing to trust you. I'm willing to love you. And we'll find out that God is saying the same thing to us. I love you, and I will never leave you alone. So
in a real sense, Pastor, you believe that that there is an opportunity for people who might be outside of the Christian experience or might be outside of any kind of spiritual or religious experience. There is an opportunity for that individual, no matter what his situation might be. He might be a drunkard, he might be a liar, he might be whatever he might be, that this will give him an opportunity. The very, very thought of some of the things that we're talking about here will give them an opportunity to reshape and change their lives. Is that what we're saying here in reference to
this entire book is designed to do that, to let people know if I'm in a situation not because of my own doing, I can come out of it. Don't just start hating everybody, and don't just give up on yourself. Don't give up on the world. Don't give up on your possibilities or your dreams because you have been put in a situation. realize it's your time and you can come out of it. This book, Persecution for Righteousness' Sake, will give you that courage to know that regardless of where you are in life, God has something better for you. And yes, if you have, regardless if you're a drunkard, if you're a drug addict, I believe that you can also win in life. God, you know, we preach God all the time. We talk about what God can do for us. We talk about how amazing God is. Then God needs people need to have some victories so we can see and share those victories with other people to know you don't have to be what you are today. You can be better than you are, and you can even be better than what anybody else think you can be. So it's time to move forward. It's time to get some strength. It's time to say, I can make it. It's time to say, I can truly go to the top. And guess what? God is going to the top with me because I'm going to catch him at the top. He's already there, and I'm going to try to reach him when I get there.
And that's a certainty in reference to your ability to move with God.
Yes.
That God is there and he's able to do whatever you wish him to do as long as you're faithful and as long as you do what God would have you to do. Is that what we're saying here?
Right. As long as we're into God, and we got to believe with all our hearts. We got to trust him with all our might. We got to know that no matter what comes our way, it can be that we have fallen in life, but we got to start believing at some point to start believing, hey, God is with me. And I'm not just talking about saying God is with me and doing the same old thing. I'm talking about saying God is with me and not just saying it, but believing God is with me. Start living the fact that God is with me. Start walking the fact that God is with me, and watch how your life will progress.
Reverend, we've got about almost a half a minute. And I simply want to thank you for bringing that excellent information by today. And finally, how can this book be secured by anybody who might see us this morning?
You can get the book from me at John Wesley, United Methodist Church. You can also get it on Amazon.com. And there are many other ways that this book will be available coming real soon.
And so you think that this book will be able to help people dealing with just a whole variety of issues in their own lives?
The people that have already purchased this book and have started reading the book, a lot of them tell me that it's not big enough. They need more of this book.
Very good. And of course, let me thank you, Pastor Hayes, for coming by and giving us that excellent information. And let me encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good morning.